Hello dear students. This is Mrs. Pavitra Ashok. Welcome back to English class. In the previous session, we had discussed first part of the prose A Tiger in the House, written by Ruskin Bond. In today's class, we are going to understand second part. Please open your textbook, students. I am going to read paragraph 5. Please follow as I read. He was, by this time, the size of a full-grown retriever, and when I took him out for walks, people on the road would give us a wide berth. When he pulled hard on his chain, I had difficulty in keeping up with him. His favorite place in the house was the drawing room, and he would make himself comfortable on the long sofa, reclining there with great dignity and snarling at anybody who tried to get him off. Now please locate meanings of new words. Retriever, middle-sized hunting dog. Give a wide berth, stayed at a safe distance. Reclining, leaning or lying back in a relaxed position with the back supported. Dignity, the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Snarl, showing the teeth and made a deep angry noise in the throat. Moving on to the explanation. Now the tiger has grown like a full-grown retriever, like a middle-sized hunting dog. When the writer took Timothy out for walks with him, people on the road, by being afraid, staying at a safe distance from Timothy. You can see this picture on the screen. How people are getting scared of Timothy and how people are maintaining distance from him. Timothy's favorite place in the house was the drawing room. He would always like to reclining on the long sofa with great dignity. If anybody tried to get him off, Timothy would snarl at them. What is the meaning of snarl? Showing the teeth and made a deep angry noise in the throat. You must have noticed a dog. Whenever it gets angry, how it shows its teeth by making some kind of noise. That is known as snarling. Now please look at paragraphs 6 and 7. Timothy had clean habits and would scrub his face with his paws exactly like a cat. He slept at night in the cook's quarters and was always delighted at being let out by him in the morning. One of these days, declared grandmother in her prophetic manner, we are going to find Timothy sitting on Muhammad's bed and no sign of the cook except his clothes and shoes. Here, prophetic manner means manner of saying things in advance. Timothy had clean habits, and he would scrub his face with his paws exactly like a cat. He slept at night in the cook's quarters. I hope you all remember cook's name. Yes, his name is Muhammad. Cook Muhammad fed Timothy, and also he would take him out in the morning. Then what happened? One of these days, grandmother said in her prophetic manner. Prophetic manner means saying something in advance, saying something before it happens, that one day Timothy would kill Muhammad. So what did she tell? We are going to find Timothy sitting on Muhammad's bed and no sign of the cook except his clothes and shoes. What does it mean? The day will come, Timothy would kill and eat Muhammad. Now please look at paragraph 8. Of course, it never came to that. But when Timothy was about 6 months old, a change came over him. He grew steadily less friendly. When out for a walk with me, he would try to steal away to stalk a cat or someone's pet Pekingese. Sometimes at night, we would hear frenzied cackling from the poultry house, and in the morning there would be feathers lying all over the veranda. Timothy had to be chained up more often, and finally, when he began to stalk Muhammad about the house with what looked like villainous intent, grandfather decided it was time to transfer him to a zoo. Please locate meanings of new words. Stalk, follow quietly as if hunting. Pekingese is a type of small dog with long hair, short legs, and a short flat nose. Poultry house, a farm on which birds such as chickens are reared for their eggs or meat. Moving on to the explanation. As grandmother said, when Timothy was about 6 months old, its wild nature came out. Whenever he was taken out for a walk, he would try to steal away to stalk a cat or someone's pet. He also started attacking the poultry house at night, and the next day there would be feathers lying all over the veranda. So, Timothy had to be chained up more often. Finally, when he began to stalk Muhammad in the house, grandfather decided to transfer Timothy to a zoo. So, I am going to end up the second part here. Now let me ask you a few questions to know how much you have understood. Your first question is, what is the meaning of the word snarl? Yes, snarl means showing the teeth and making a deep angry noise in the throat. Your second question is, what is the meaning of the word stalk? Yes, stalk means follow quietly as if hunting. Your third question is, what did grandmother say in her prophetic manner? Grandmother said, "We are going to find Timothy sitting on Muhammad's bed and no sign of the cook except his clothes and shoes." Your next question is, why did grandfather decide to transfer Timothy to a zoo? I know it's quite difficult to answer this question, but if you remember these three reasons, you are able to answer this question. First reason is, whenever Timothy was taken out for a walk, he would try to steal away to stalk a cat or someone's pet. Second reason is, he started attacking the poultry house at night, and the next day morning there would be feathers lying all over the veranda. And the third reason is, he began to stalk Muhammad in the house. All these three reasons made grandfather to transfer Timothy to a zoo. Dear students, I hope you all have understood the second part of the prose, A Tiger in the House. Now, I am going to end up this session. Bye for now. Thank you. Have a great day.